This video is going to be a complete guide on how to run Facebook ads for your painting company. I'm going to start off by explaining how Facebook ads work and what the person is going to see, what your prospect is going to see when they see your ad. And I think that's really important because you have to keep in mind when you're making ads that you're making them for somebody and there's a real person on the other side. So you have to keep that in mind. Then we're going to talk about the settings that you should set in the ad manager, which I'll tell you right now is the least important part of this. And then the last part is we're going to connect all of this to our CRM, which is going to send our follow-up automations. Now the CRM that I'm going to use is GoHighLevel. I'm going to leave a link for that in the description and in the top comment as well. If you use that link, you'll get a free 30-day trial. Now the reason I like GoHighLevel is that it's going to integrate directly with Facebook, so there's no need for any other software to have them talk to each other basically, and all your leads are going to come into your CRM there. Now this video is going to be kind of long, so I'm going to have it set into chapters. Like I said, first I'm going to talk about the Facebook ads themselves, then I'm going to show you the parts of the Facebook ad and things you should keep in mind, and how to make your ads, whether the pictures or the videos. Then, like I said, I'm going to go into the ads manager, and the last part, I'm going to go into the CRM. So you can follow all of this along with the chapters in the bottom of the video. So if you want, you can watch part of it now and come back to the rest later. And before I start, if you'd rather someone just take this off your hands, then the top link in the description and the comment is going to take you to my website. Now let's go into the Facebook ad and show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is what a Facebook ad looks like. You've probably seen them if you use social media a lot. People are going to be scrolling downwards. So the first thing they're going to see is this. So this is going to be your logo up here. Okay. Now this is just a mock-up. This doesn't even exist. I just made this. They're going to see this. Then they're going to see part of this copy. Okay, so this is the actual text in the ad. And there's going to be a little, there's going to be like 3 dots and it's going to say see more. And if they click on that, then the rest of this shows up. They'll always see the picture or the video. Okay. It's just the rest of the text that they have to click so they see the rest of it. Let's read this ad copy. It says, hey area and surrounding homeowners. If you've been thinking of upgrading your home's exterior, then now's the perfect time. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about how to write the ad copy. I'm going to give you some examples in a second. But one thing you have to keep in mind is that you want to catch somebody's attention right away. So that's what this if-then statement kind of does. If you've been thinking of upgrading your home's exterior, then now's the perfect time. So anybody who has been thinking of upgrading their home's exterior, that's immediately going to catch their eye and they're going to say, okay, let me read this. But people that aren't, they're going to scroll right past, and that's what you want. Is that the people who are interested are going to stay and take a look, and the people who aren't are going to keep going. So it says we're booking our final spots for this season, and are looking for just 7 more homeowners ready to give their home a fresh new look. Like I said, I'm not going to go too much into the ad copy, but you see I'm adding a bit of scarcity to it. I'm saying that I'm only looking for 7 more people before the season's up, okay? You'll get a detailed written quote, and we'll include a free color consultation while spots last. Get your free quote plus free color consultation today by clicking the button below. And then it's got some reasons why they should choose us. Financing available, all this stuff. And this is the ad creative, which is the actual image or the video. And by the way, this is the most important part of the ad, okay? More important than writing the copy. This is or the settings in your ads manager. This is the most important. I'm going to give you some examples in a second. But first, let me just show you the parts of the ad. Alright, so like I said, this first part with all the writing, that's called your ad copy, okay? And that's got your call out, which is, hey, area and surrounding homeowners. So you're calling out your audience. And then it's got a hook. A hook is the thing that makes them continue to read. It's what hooks them in. And it was the if-then statement in this example. If you've been thinking of upgrading, then now's the perfect time. That just hooks them in. That's the idea. And then there's the offer. It's what do they get, okay? Like, what are you offering? And as you saw a second ago, we're offering a free quote and a free color consultation while spots last. So I've also added a bit of scarcity in there as well. And if you wanted to, you can add urgency as well. You can say we're only running this until the end of the month, and then you should actually say the name of the month so they know that this is actually a legit thing and not just an offer that you've got all year round with this fake urgency and scarcity to it. And then you've got the call to action, which is click get quote below to get your free quote today. And then the second part, which is the creative, like I said, this is the most important part. And then down here, this is the headline, okay? And it's just reiterating what we've said before. Get your free quote and free color consultation. That's all it does. It just reiterates what you said here. Now I just want you to imagine that you're the one scrolling through Facebook. Like I said, you're only going to see the first part of the copy, and it's going to have a button that says see more to open up the rest. What's going to catch your eye is the video, okay? It's the ad creative. That's why that's the most important part. Because that's what's going to stop the scroll. That's what we're trying to do. People are scrolling past on their newsfeed, okay, and we're trying to get them to stop to look at our ad and pay attention to us. That's the whole point of advertising. So that's why the creative is the most important. We're going to come back to that later. First, I'm going to give you examples of some ad copy that you can use and some kind of things you can offer as a painting company. Alright, so to give you some examples of some offers you can use, I'm going to leave a link in the description and the top comment where you can click on it, and I'll send you this document over. It's going to have the offers and the ad copy, which I'll get to in a second. So the offer, I don't think I mentioned this before, but the offer is going to be the second most important part of your ad. So it's the creative is the most important, and then the offer. So the kinds of things you can offer as a painting company. You can offer an extended warranty or a labor and materials guarantee. Now I know this isn't always easy to do, but try to get it as high as you can. Obviously, there's going to be some conditions attached to it, but if you can get it like up to 5-7 years, I've seen some of the bigger companies do that. That people will definitely go for that, especially right now. Like the market isn't what it was 2 years ago. So if you make this seem like an investment that's going to pay dividends, because it's also got a guarantee on it, then that could work really well. So your headline for that, the headline was the thing just right before the before the creative, if you remember. You can just say, get your free quote plus our 3-year guarantee. Like I said, you should try to make it work. Another thing you can offer is a free color consultation, which is pretty simple. Get your free quote plus a free color consultation. Third thing, like the reason for why you're running the ad, you can say, we're booking up our spring calendar or whatever. Now this isn't great. It's not as good as the first two, but if that's all you've got, then it works. But if you're going to use it, I'd recommend that you try to add scarcity. So you should say, we've got, X number of spaces in our calendar. Or you can try to add urgency instead and say for the month of July only. And like I said before, make sure this is actually true. Don't run this for like 2 months while you've still got that. Otherwise, because people are going to keep seeing them and they're just not going to believe you. And you don't want that kind of thing for your brand. It's just really bad. So try to keep it legit. And this is an example of what you can have inside the ad copy. We're currently booking up our team's spring calendar, so if you're looking for an estimate, you get the idea. And the headline would just be, get your free quote today. Now the next thing you can offer is a discount, which is obviously not great. But if you're going to do it, you should refer to dollar amount saved rather than a percentage off. So don't make people do the math. 10, 15% off. They don't know how much that's worth. So tell them exactly how much it is. And if you're going to use it, you should try to make it conditional, okay? Like you're not just discounting your services for no reason. For example, if you let us film inside your home, we'll knock $500 off or whatever. You can also try to add some urgency as well. For any quotes given in the month of whatever month it is, we'll apply the discount. Same thing as before. Like I said, because these offers in themselves, they're not that great. You want to add something to them just to entice people a bit more. And the headline would be something like, get your free quote and up to $500 off today. Claim $500 off today. Something like that. And the last one, which is obviously very basic, is just a free quote / estimate. Now, obviously, it's not great because this is what everybody does. To my knowledge, very few painters actually charge for estimates. It's not something massive like a remodeler, for example, where you're drawing things up. And the headline would just be basic again. Get your free quote today. And here's something that's really important. Whatever the offer is, you want to make a big deal about it, okay? And make it the focus of the copy. For example, we want to give you a paint job that isn't just beautiful, but long-lasting as well. That's why we're proud to announce our new X-year guarantee, whatever you're able to do. Something like that. Like I said, I'm going to leave this in the description, this document, just to give you some ideas. Now, next is going to be the actual ad copy templates. So you're going to see when we go to the ads manager, it's going to have something called primary text. Primary text is just that big wall of text, which you don't actually want to be too big. So this is the ad copy that I had in the image that I showed in the beginning. It's just going to say, hey, area and surrounding homeowners. So when you get this document, you obviously want to swap this stuff out. Okay, make sure you do that. You want to add the actual area that you're targeting, and you want this to be pretty narrow. Okay, you don't want to add like hey, Pennsylvania or whatever, like the entire state. You want to go for the actual town and cities that you're targeting. So it's the same one that you saw before, and you can see that it's got emojis and stuff. Again, just trying to catch people's eye, trying to stop the scroll. That's what we're trying to do. Then the headline will be, get your free quote plus free color consultation. And right below the headline, there's a description. I'll show you that right now. So this is the description right here. You see this 5-star rated. Now, in an actual Facebook ad, because this is just an example that I drew up using another website, sometimes this text is too big and there's not going to be enough space to show your description. That's why I didn't focus on it. But if you do have enough space, you're not writing, all of this plus free color consultation. But if you do have space, then yeah, you can put something like this, 5-star rated. Again, just using emojis or something trying to catch people's eye. That's the whole idea. Now here the description is just award winning, and again got this medal emoji. Here's another example that you'll have in this document. Hey area neighbors emoji. Are you sick of looking to stained dull paint on your walls? Again, you'll notice what I'm doing here. It's just trying to hook people in. People are gonna see that and think, well, yeah, that living room is starting to look a bit old. And then you're gonna say, we're currently booking up our team schedule for whatever season or month it is. So like I said, you just want to take this stuff, then you want to edit it and put your name and your company and whatever is relevant here. Our services include interior, exterior, cabinet. You're just going to copy and paste this into your ads. Then why choose company? All this. Headline, description. Then here's the third one. This one is about the 5-year warranty. And now I'm going to show you what you can do if you want to actually have variations of this, which I do recommend. So you're going to see when we go to Facebook Ads Manager, they're going to give you a space to have 3 variations of the ad copy. I recommend you do that because what Facebook is going to do is it's going to take your 3 variations of the ad copy. It's going to rotate between the 3 of them, and it's going to find the best performing one, the one that people click on the most, and it's going to start showing that more often. That's the idea. And the best way to do that I've found, is to use AI. I recommend that you use Claude instead of ChatGPT. I just find it's better for coming up with ad copy. You can create an account and then sign in. It's pretty simple, just using your Google account, and then copy and paste this prompt into the search bar, but don't click enter. You're gonna copy and paste this, okay? You're gonna say, I'm writing a Facebook ad for my painting company. I have a template that I'm gonna give you, and I want you to come up with 2 more variations of it. The goal is to get homeowners to request a quote from us, make it skimmable, and optimize it for a Facebook ad. So that's the prompt, that's the order you're gonna put into Claude. You're gonna come back here and copy the template, one of those 3 up there, that you chose to use. You're going to paste it into Claude, then hit enter. And then just look at the variations that it gives you. If you like them, then you can go ahead and use them. But if you want the focus to be something else than what the template is talking about, then you can just tell Claude, the main selling point that we're offering is our new 3-year warranty, or whatever it is that you want to get across, okay? And then, like I said, use 3 variations of the copy in all of your ads when you begin testing, and then only change the creative, okay? There is going to come a time where you're going to change the offer and the copy, but for now, the creative is more important, so that should be your priority. So when you're testing your ads, I'm going to go through this later, you want to test the creative first thing because that's the most important. If your ads aren't performing, most likely it's because of the creative, okay, more than it is an offer or a copy problem. As long as the offer isn't too weak, which if you used what I set up here, then you shouldn't have that problem at all. Like I said, I'm going to have a link to this in the description. Just put in your email and I'll send it to you. Okay, now we're going to go to the most important part, which is your creative. Alright, so here's some things you want to keep in mind with your creatives. You want to sell the prospect before you sell the product. And what I mean by that is that you want to sell them on the idea of getting their house painted in the first place. Okay, before you can sell why you should be the person to do it. Because the thing with Facebook is that people are just scrolling by. They're not looking to spend thousands of dollars on getting their house painted. Okay, that's just not something people go to Facebook to do. So you have kind of a difficult job where you're generating demand. Okay, you're piquing their interest. You're getting them interested in the idea of, hey, maybe you should get your house painted. Maybe it's time to do that. And the way to do that with your creative, which is your picture or video, is that you want to be entertaining. Okay, you want to entertain people first of all, and then you can pitch. And you don't need to actually be directly pitching, but you definitely can. I'm going to go through that when I talk about the types of creatives. But it can literally just be showing them your logo, okay? Just showing them that you're in the area and you do this. And if they're interested, all they have to do is just click below to fill out your form. That's all you need to do. And the last thing you want to keep in mind with creatives is that you want them to look organic and not like an ad. You don't want people to keep scrolling past your ad, okay? Like I said, you want to stop the scroll. That's what you're trying to do. And the way to do that is just to have it like stand out compared to all the stuff on their Facebook page. So that's going to come down to the quality of your ad, which, like I said, is going to make or break your Facebook ads campaign, like 9 times out of 10. Unless you're doing something completely horribly wrong when it comes to your targeting and things like that, it's just going to come down to the quality of your ad. So what kind of creatives should you use? Now, I recommend videos, okay, above images. They just perform a lot better every single time. But you can have a few images in there as well if you don't have enough videos. So for the videos, they should be about 15 to 30 seconds long, and that's if you're not talking, okay? But you can have them up to 1 minute if you are talking. if you're doing like a selfie video. I'm gonna go through that in a second. And what you want is you want there to be movement inside the clip, okay? Inside the video that you're showing. You're just gonna be showing videos of your work and what you're doing. You don't want it to just be like one clip or one image, because that's just kind of boring. You want to catch people's attention and hold on to it. So you want there to be some movement. You can also add effects and sounds, and then you want to show the before and after. So if you're showing like a wall being painted, for example, you're showing the process. After that, show the before and after, just because it's something that people like to see. And then after that, you're going to have a call to action, which is just going to be your logo at the end of the 15 to 30-second video. And you're just going to say, click below to get your free quote, okay? That'll be in the video. I'm going to show you an example of creative in a second. Or, whatever the offer is. If it's your 3-year warranty or whatever, you can have that in the video as well. In fact, you should have it, okay? You want your offer to be in the video and in the ad copy. You want them to work together. As far as the images, if you're going to do befores and afters, then you want to make sure that it's of a dramatic color change, okay? Not a repaint of the same colors, because that's not going to catch people's eye. Like I said, it's not going to stop the scroll. So if it's something like a blue house to a white house, something like that, and you want to make sure that the images and the videos, if you're doing like exteriors or something where it's easy to see the size of the house, you want it to be of the types of house and the projects that you want, okay? So you shouldn't just use something that's in a project that you didn't really want to do and you needed to take it just because you've got a lot of images or videos of it, because you want to catch the attention of the people that you want to work with, obviously. So that's why if they see the type of house that they live in your images or your videos, then they're going to be more likely to stop on it. So that's why that's important. Now, the types of creatives you can use. One is a selfie video, and it would be a bonus if your logo is visible, okay? Whether on your clothing, on your cap, or maybe you're doing this with your truck in the back, something like that. You just want to hold the phone normally like a selfie in the normal view vertically like the man in the picture, because that's the orientation that people obviously scroll Facebook in. And what you're going to do is you're just going to talk about where you are, who you are, just mention your name, maybe point to your logo as you say your company name, talk about what you do. We do interior, exterior, and cabinets here in the whatever area, what you're currently doing for the customer. So if you're on a job site, that's what you can do. You can like flip the camera and say, we're doing this, this, and that. They wanted this done, so we're doing this. And you see, point at one of your employees, and you see he's doing that, something like that. You're just trying to get people to relate to you. Show that you're a real person and you're here in the area and you take your business very seriously. And you're showing people what you're doing. And then at the end, you can just end with, if you've got a painting project you need help with, just click the link below, fill out our form, and we'll be in touch. It's really that simple. That's all it is. And throughout this video, so it shouldn't just be a full-on selfie for a minute or whatever it is, because people are going to click off that pretty quick. You want to like flip the camera and have some other movement that you can add in with editing of like maybe like as you're talking about the property that you're in, you can have like an image of the video of the an image of the house show up, like over your face to show where you are, and maybe have some movement and then some pictures of the rooms. And then as you're talking, videos are playing, just have like some b-roll going on, because you don't want it to be too boring for people. Like I said, this can be up to a minute long if you're talking. But if you're not, I recommend you keep it a bit shorter, about 15 to 30 seconds. The second type would be like a satisfying video of work being done. So whether it's spraying being done, cutting, or rolling. And again, like I said, you want there to be movement. Change clips and angles every so often, and try to capture color changes. I'm going to show you this video right now. I'm not going to show you the call to action just because it's a video that I made for a client. But again, it's the same idea. You're showing them what you're doing and getting them interested in getting their house painted. And then at the end, you're showing your logo. Basically you're suggesting to them, okay, like we do this, we're in your area, and we paint houses. If you're thinking of getting your house painted, then you should go with us. And then obviously that's how you get leads. Let me show you this video. It was actually pretty cool. Now, one thing I actually forgot to mention is that you want to be playing some music in the background, something very quiet. All right. I don't think you'll be able to hear it on this video, but here it is. So as you can see, it's just really satisfying. People like to see these kind of things, these color changes. And I've got some text and I'm speeding it up. And that's pretty much it. Then I've got the logo showing the final 6 seconds. You can see it's pretty short. It's only 19 seconds. But this is working really well on Facebook and got some really good leads from this. And then the third kind of video you can have is a time-lapse video. And you can even have a voiceover playing. So what you do with this video is that you either have somebody holding up the phone and taking the video. Or just watch this. No, I'm not speeding this video up. They're the ones that did that. You see, it's really fun to watch. You can imagine with some music playing in the background. It's the kind of thing that people on Facebook like to see. And it's clearly somebody holding the camera. You saw them adjust it just now. And this video is only 29 seconds, and they just did the side of this house or this building. That's pretty much it, okay? And if you want to do a voiceover over this, you can. Basically, just with your phone or maybe from inside your editing software, you can do this. Just record and talk about the project. You can say, all right, so again, call out the area, the town or wherever you're targeting. So this was a nice house in whatever area. Homeowner called us to do so and so. And as you can see here, we, prepped and primed, and now we're ready to spray. And then at the end, you can say, if you've got a project in mind, then you can get in touch with us just by clicking the link below, filling out our form. Just tell them what the next step is. It's not more complicated than this. Another thing that you definitely should do is that you should use captions if you do a voiceover. So you should have subtitles of what you're saying, just in case people are watching the video with their audio off. So if somebody's like, scrolling through Facebook at night, and you should run your ads 24/7, by the way, because you've got the automations running. It's not like you need to call them. Although in the morning you probably should. They might be watching with the audio off, so you should have the captions as well so they can follow along that way. And then at the end, you want to show the before and after. Again, you don't need to, but it's just one more thing. Like I said, it doesn't need to be too long. You saw this was 29 seconds. That video I showed you a second ago, that was 19 seconds. And these selfie videos will probably be the longest, but again, they don't have to be. These are all just guidelines, okay? It's not scripture. You don't need to follow this to the letter. If you don't want to show too many color changes, then that's fine. But again, just monitor your performance. And then if you think that maybe it would be better if you did, then just run the experiment, There's no harm in it. Now, as far as how to make these videos and how to do the editing and stuff, if you're going to do it yourself, then I recommend you use CapCut. I'm going to have a video out later on how to actually do this yourself, how to make the creatives. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just get somebody on Fiverr. So that's fiverr.com. Just get a video editor to do this for you. You'll just have to supply them with the raw video footage, okay? And then tell them, do it in this style. Then you can send them either this video, for example, of the part where I actually showed the ad, or if you find one on Facebook that you like, you can send it to them. Tell them to make you an ad in this style. You just give them your logo, you give them the videos of your work, tell them to keep it 15 to 30 seconds, add some music to it. And with the music, I forgot to mention, make sure that it's not copyrighted, okay? You don't want to have any problems with that. It shouldn't be too difficult to find. Just look up a Facebook sound library. There's plenty of copyright-free music that you can use there. And that's pretty much it, okay? Now you've got your offer and your copy. You've made your creative. Now we're going to go into the ads manager. I'm going to show you what settings you should use. I'm going to explain to you why you should use these settings. Alright, so before we go into the Facebook Ads Manager, let me just explain what the structure sort of looks like. So you've got the campaign level, and this is where we're going to set the budget. You can also set the budget at the ad set level, which is the next level, but we're not going to do that. We're going to set it at the campaign level. And then inside the campaign, you've got your ad set. And your ad set is where we're going to set the conversion location. So you can either have a form pop up when people click on your ad, or you can have people message you. So just go into their Facebook Messenger. And we're going to do instant form in this example, but you can do either. I recommend the instant form. And the ad set level is also where you do your targeting, okay? Where you decide what areas you're targeting and what areas you aren't. And inside each ad set is where you have the ads. And this is where we choose the creative, which we just went over, and where you're going to have your offer and your copy. Okay, again, we also went over, there was the document, which is in the description. Again, I hope you're watching these in order. Now, just as far as the process of like how you're actually going to do this, what you're going to do is you're going to run 3 to 5 ads at a time, and it's really important that you be patient with this, okay? So once you have the ads set up, literally just let them run for like 3 days and only then look at them. So patience is really important. You don't want to be in there messing around too much, because with Facebook ads, it's kind of a learning phase. It's about 7 days where Facebook is trying to optimize your ads and find the right people to show your ads to. You don't want to mess with your ads during that time. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to let the ads run until any of the ads, and when I say ads, by the way, I mean like one single creative. You're going to have like several different pictures and videos. You're going to let them run until any of them has spent about 2 times the average cost per lead in your area. Now, I know you probably don't know this in case you haven't run ads before, but just take it to be between 30 to 50. So this is going to take you 3 to 7 days depending on your budget. It's going to take 3 to 7 days to spend 2 times your average cost per lead, okay? And then once one of the ads reaches this, take a look and see if it's produced leads. If it has produced leads, then just leave it alone and keep an eye on the cost per lead. Okay, make sure it doesn't go too high above what you're willing to pay. But if it's producing leads, then great. But if it reaches this, so it's spent 2 times your average cost per lead, so let's say you chose 40, if it's spent 80 and has not produced any leads, then turn that ad off, okay? And if this is still in the first 7 days, in the learning phase, then don't replace it. This is really important. If it's in the learning phase, do not replace the ad with a new one. Just turn that one off if it's clearly spending money and not getting you any leads. If it's past the learning phase, then what you should do is you should replace it with an ad similar to the winners, the ones that have produced leads. So let's say, for example, you ran a bunch of ads, maybe a few selfie ads, a few time lapses, and a few of those short videos where you're showing the process, the spraying or whatever, and you're finding that the selfie ads are performing the best. What you're going to do each time one of the other ones, like your time lapses, for example, they get to a stage where you're not happy with the cost per lead, then just replace them with a selfie ad and try to take a new angle. So you can repeat this process, and you can occasionally try new angles for the ads. You don't want to be running the exact same type of ad, even though, like I said, you want it to be similar. You just want to be coming at it from a different angle, just so people don't get bored. Then the whole thing starts underperforming. So this is a very simple process you can follow, okay? And you don't want to do any more than this, okay? Unless you're running your own ads full time, you don't want to major in the minors. If you do this, you're going to get like 80–90% of the results. Just in case you don't have a Facebook Ads Manager, what you need is first to create a Facebook page for your business. So you just log into your normal Facebook profile, then you scroll down here to Pages, and you create the page. Then you come back out after you create the page and click on Ads Manager, and it'll take you to the Ads Manager. So this is what it looks like. You just click on Pages, create new page, and then from here you can just create the page, and then go back to that same view and select Ads Manager, and then the Ads Manager will open up. Alright, so this is what the Ads Manager looks like. As you can see, you've got the campaigns, ad sets, and then the ads, and you should obviously add your payment method here. It's best to add a credit card so you can get like cash back and points and that kind of stuff. Anyway, now let's create the campaign. So first click on create. Buying type, leave that as auction. By the way, some of these settings, I might not mention them. In that case, just ignore them and leave them the way I've left them. The campaign objective is leads, always, okay? Manual leads campaign, continue. Don't use the recommended settings. Alright, now you see here, this is the campaign. You see here, this is the campaign. This is the ad set, and this is the ad. But right now we're going to do the campaign. So campaign name, keep it very basic. Let's say painting leads. Special ad categories and whatever, you can just leave that. Campaign details, leave that. Now, advantage campaign budget. Distribute your budget across ad sets to get more results. You can control spending for each ad set. I'd recommend turning this on. Now, what this does is it's going to distribute, let's say you had 3 ad sets, and I recommend you only have one. Like for the purpose of like the process that I showed you before, it's best to just have one. What it would do if you had more than that is it would distribute your budget according to which ad set is performing best. It wouldn't distribute it equally. So your daily budget, let's say for example, you can set it to whatever you want. Let's say you chose 50. So then that would be $50 a day, every day of the month. So, and 24/7 by the way. So ad scheduling, leave that as it is. So $50 a day budget, that would come out to about 1,500 for the month. So everything else, leave it as it is. A/B test and whatever, just leave it. Just press next. Okay, so that's it for the campaign. Now we're in the ad set. Now they want you to name the ad set. So let's say they were only trying to get exterior leads, okay? This is summer, for example, and we only want to focus on exterior right now. So I just call it exterior. And this is just for your own sake, by the way. It doesn't matter what you actually name this. It's just so that when you take a look at it, you remember what it is. You don't need to look into it. What I like to do is to put the date in there as well, just so I remember that this is the day that I started this campaign or that I created it, and this ad set as well. So conversion location, instant forms, Facebook page, like I said, it should already be connected. Performance goal, leave that as it is. Maximize number of leads, leave that off. Now budget and schedule. What I like to do is I like to start it the next day at 12 a.m. Okay, so that it gets a full day of the ads get their first day is a full day of running. So let's say it's 5 p.m. right now. I'll just have them start at 12 a.m. the next day. And I don't set an end date, and I don't recommend you do either. Ignore this, leave that as it is. Now, next is audience controls. Here's where you're going to select your, this is the only targeting you're going to do, by the way, that I recommend, is just to have a geographic area that you're targeting and the age. That's it, nothing else. So what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down to Advantage Plus Audience and select Switch to Original Audience options. Don't worry about this. It works a lot better than Advantage Plus Audience, in my opinion. So like I said, there's the geographic area and then the age. So first select your geographic area, okay? Now here what people like to do sometimes is they like to select the high income zip codes in their area. And in my experience, what happens when you just target them is that you get a high cost per lead, and it doesn't really work out as well as you think. You don't get like a lot of jobs from them. In fact, because you've got your audience so small that it's just not efficient, you know? You end up spending your budget and you don't get much out of it. I found much better luck just targeting a geographic area with a radius around it. So let's say, for example, I choose Philadelphia. And by the way, you'd probably want to go even more specific than Philadelphia. But this is just an example. And you'll notice right after I do this, so this has got Philadelphia plus 40 kilometers around it. Now you probably don't actually do 40 kilometers around a certain area, so you can just adjust that to what you actually do, to the area that you actually serve, and where you want to go for estimates, how far you're willing to drive. So let's say you set that to 20. And you can notice here in the top right, the audience size, that decreases, okay? So notice now it's 1.4 million to 1.7 million. Now watch how it's going to decrease even more when I set the age. Now let's say this is fine for you, okay? This is the area that you serve. That's perfect. The other thing you can do is you can actually drop a pin onto the map and then have the radius be around that if you don't actually have a certain area in mind. Otherwise, you can just select the city and then the radius. Now for the age, you don't want to show your ads to people who are 18 because you're advertising to homeowners, and 18-year-olds don't typically own their own home, do they? So you can start advertising at like 27 and up. Or you can have it set to 34. I know a lot of people prefer that, 34, 35. Personally, I prefer 27 because eventually it's just going to optimize anyway. So there's no need to be too strict with it. And as far as the age, I only select 64. I don't go to 65 plus because what I've noticed with that is you just get low quality leads. So 27 to 64. Notice how the audience size went down, but not by much. Before it was 1.4 million to 1.7. Now it's 1.1 to 1.3. So this is very healthy. And as far as the audience size that you should aim for, ideally above 500,000. But again, this is going to depend on your area, how dense it is, and maybe, you'd have to broaden out your radius a lot more to the point where, it's like an hour away from you. You don't want to be driving an hour one way to do estimates. Try to have it above 300,000 audience size, but this is very healthy right now, 1.1, 1.3. All genders, detail targeting, you can leave that. As far as the languages, I spoke about this in a previous video about how to get higher quality leads. A problem that a lot of people have with Facebook ads is they get a lot of job seekers through them, and they usually tend to be Spanish speakers. So what I do is I have the language set to English. Watch, the audience size is going to decrease again. Now it's 1 million to 1.2. What this does is it only shows my ads to people who have their language on Facebook set to English. So that cuts down on the job seekers a lot. Now, as far as placements, what placements are is basically there's several different places on Facebook where your ads could show. They could show on the Facebook feed, like while people are just scrolling normally. They could show on the video feed, so while you're scrolling through videos, so you go from video to video, or on Facebook stories. And basically placements is which one of these do you want to show your ads in. Personally, I just like to keep it as Advantage Plus placements, which means that I let Facebook decide where to allocate that. Keep it as Advantage Plus placement, no need to change it. Next. Okay, so that was it with the ad set. You see here's the campaign, the ad set, and now we're on to the ad. And like I said before, the ad is like each individual video or individual picture that you're going to run. Again, with naming these, I like to number them first of all, because like I said, you're going to have several different ads running at each time. So I just like to number them just to be organized. And then I'll name it whatever. Let's name this garage door spray, like the one I showed earlier. Partnership ad, leave this off. And this is just a preview. Facebook is just pulling this from my profile. Now this is my Facebook page, obviously. And if you've got an Instagram account, you should definitely connect it here so that your ads will show on Facebook and Instagram. So that's what you do there. And now, untick multi-advertiser ads. When it comes to the ad setup, I recommend leaving it a single image or video. This is where you're just going to upload your image or video. You can also do a carousel ad where you've got like a number of images and maybe a video as well. Personally, I don't love doing that because, like I said, I want my ads to blend in with the other content on Facebook. I want it to seem like it's organic. And carousels just kind of scream ad to me, so that's why I stay away from them. Now here's where we upload the actual ad creative. So you created your ad before, or you got a freelancer on Fiverr to do it. Now just click on remove media right there. Then click add media. And then you add your image or video that you already created, that you should already have on your laptop or your computer. And then just upload it, just press upload and find where you put it on your computer. Select it, next. And then if you need to trim it, then you can go ahead and do that. But like I said, it should already be ready. And as far as the aspect ratio, I recommend keeping it at 9:16 when you first select it, because as you can see here, it's perfect for the Facebook interface. Like this is what it looks like on people's phones. So it's perfect for when you're scrolling. They don't need to like orient themselves to take a look at it. You can keep it the same for these. There's no need to change these. Even if they tell you that it's recommended to do something else, I don't recommend you do it because look what happens. So just keep it as is. Then hit next. Now you can optimize your ad with some of these AI enhancements that Facebook has. What I do is I turn them on and then I turn them off. I don't like to use these. I just do that on off and then select relevant comments because that's all I need. I'm not a huge fan of all these improvements. Then just hit done. And now there's your creative, which, as I've said before, is the most important part. And this is just a preview of what your ad will look like. So this is what it looked like on Facebook feed. It's not done loading. This is what it looks like on Facebook stories. So this is what people will see. And like I said, you'll have music playing over this as well. So it's kind of entertaining to watch. Now that we're done with the creative, I want to do the primary text. So the actual ad copy with the offer. And if you remember, I gave you a document. So what you want to do now is you want to open that document and you want to select your ad copy, whichever one you want to choose, and you want to customize it to whatever offer you want to run. You know, put your name in it or your area, all that stuff, make sure it's perfect, and then just bring it here and copy and paste it. And remember I said you want to put it into Claude, and I left instructions for how to do that. So just select add text option, and this is where you put the variations. So you'll have the 3 variations of the primary text. No need to have any variations for the headline or the description. The call to action, so this is what it's going to say right there, where it says sign up. Select get quote, or you can also do learn more, but get quote makes more sense. Now I'm going to go to the document, the offers and copy documents, and I'm going to copy it here. Alright, so scroll down to where the add copy templates are, and like I said, choose whichever one you want and customize it. So put your area in here, maybe you want to put your name here, whatever it is, like sincerely whoever's painting. It's completely up to you. Then just copy and paste it. So I'll just take this primary text as it is. I'm going to copy it, come back here, and paste it. And then just make sure everything's okay. Don't just assume that everything's perfect. So that's it for that one, I think. That's what it looks like there. And you can see the previews already updated. You see more that I told you that would actually show up for people that only see the first few words. So like I said, you get the variations from Claude and then just copy and paste them in here. Let's get the headline first. Copy that, come down, paste the headline here. Get the description as well. Copy and paste it in the description. Now, if it looks like there's not going to be enough space, then you can just forget the description. It's the least important aspect. Just see in the preview if it's going to show. If it's not going to show, then just leave it and just put the rest of the primary text in here. So like I said, this is where you'd put the variations, but I'm just going to get some of these other ones. You want it to be for the same offer, by the way. You don't want to be running several different offers. You want to have like as much message match as you can. So what you say in your ad copy is the same thing that you say at the end of the ad itself, the creative. So if you are speaking, or whatever words come up at the end of the ad, so you want it to be the same thing. Now I'm just gonna do this. I wasn't accepting it because I just pasted the same one as the one above it. But this is just an example, just to show you. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I've got my 3 ad copies, and I've got my headline, and I've got my description. Now we have to create the form. So when people click get quote, they're going to open up our form. Now we have to create the form and the questions that are going to be on it. So press create form. First thing I recommend that you do is press clear auto form and leave the form type as more volume. It says it's quick to fill in, submit on mobile device. Now we don't want our form to be too quick to fill in. We want it to take a little bit of effort because we don't want to get low quality leads, but we can do that ourselves. So like I said, it's the same as before. I just like to name it something so that I remember when this started running, when I started using this form. So let's say form 1 and then just select the date. Alright, so just do that and then hit next. Now background image, it says this is optional. This is the image that will appear at the top of the screen and behind your form. So you can either use the image from your ad if you're using an image in the ad, not a video, or it can be a user uploaded image. But you can't select it yet until you actually turn on the greeting. So you need to have a greeting in there. So this is what the form is going to look like, and this is where the image will be. So you can just upload an image from here, and I'm going to show you what it looks like after it's uploaded. But pay attention to the dimensions. It has to be 1200 by 628. So try to find an image of that size of yours. But if you don't have it, then you can just create it online. So go image resize or whatever and upload your image to that, and make sure you resize it to 1200 by 628. So this is what the image looks like. Now when I fill out the form, it's going to make more sense, but this is what people are going to see. They're going to see this image, and they're going to see your logo, they're going to see your business name, and then this headline text that you can write up here. Now this is just a greeting, that people know any relevant details and why they should complete your form. So for this headline, what I like to do is I like to just reiterate the offer. So the same headline that I put in before, I like to put that here. So like I said, I just paste the headline here. Get your free quote plus free color consultation. That's pretty much it. And now the description. Again, this is just a message for people so they know why they should even fill out your form. What am I going to do here? Alright, so please enter your contact information below and we will be in touch shortly. Okay. Now, next is the actual questions. Now, you don't want to take people's contact information right away. You want to ask them what they're interested in, okay? You want to make it about them before you actually ask for the contact information. So first question I like to ask is a multiple choice. So click on add question, then multiple choice. Then I ask, and then just list the services you offer. Not too many if you have a lot, just like the most popular ones, and which will hopefully also be the most profitable ones for you. So interior, exterior cabinets, for example, that's perfect. And you can see here to the right, that's just the preview. That's what people are going to see. What are you looking to get done? And then they'll select which one of these they want, and they'll go to the next page or the next question. So the next question that I like to have is, again, a multiple choice. The idea here is just to make the form a little bit hard to fill in. So only the people who are a bit higher intent are going to submit it. So after this would be how soon, and that's actually what Facebook was suggesting. So the first answer would be ASAP. So this is what I like to put as the answers. ASAP, 1 to 2 months, 2 to 3 months, and then flexible. That just gives me an idea of the kind of quality of lead that I'm getting and how serious they are about painting. And it also gives you an idea of like how much selling you're going to have to do and whether you should even put too much stock in this lead, because you know they're not going to convert anytime soon if they say flexible. So you can just put them in a long-term nurture sequence in your CRM, which by the way is going to be the last step of this. Now, you can add a third question here if you like. I know some people like to ask about the location, so they'll ask like address or zip code or city. Personally, I don't like to do that just yet until I've gotten the person's information. Then I'll ask for the location or for some more information. It's just because people are going to be more hesitant, about giving away their location or their address to an ad on Facebook. So that's why I just prefer to make it as easy as possible, but not too easy, and then work from there. Now, next is the contact information. After they've answered these two questions, it says let people know how the information they give you will be used or shared. That's it. That's all you need to tell people about why we need your information. And then you ask for the email, full name, and the number. User information is it? Contact fields, phone number. Now look, it says this will be pre-filled from their Facebook account. Now you might notice when you do this that the lead quality kind of isn't that great just because people's phone numbers that they have on Facebook, that's probably the first phone number they put in when they first made the account in like 2011 or whenever. So if you're having problems with this, maybe you're noticing that you're calling people, but the call doesn't go through, or they're not answering, or you're getting, sorry, wrong number. What you can do is you can go back up here to these questions and add a short answer here to have people fill in their phone number manually instead of having it pre-filled from their Facebook account. Now, I've tried this and I've had really good luck with it. I got much better leads that way and people that actually responded to our text messages. So you might want to try it. I say don't use all the tricks that you've got right away. There's no need to make the form super hard and increase the friction by a lot before you even have any data coming in. You might find that this works perfectly for you. It's a case-by-case basis. So that's just something to keep in mind and what you need to do. And you can make one of these optional if you'd like. I'd recommend you do the email. You have the email optional, not the phone number. And then that's pretty much it. Hit next. Now it says a privacy policy. So this is what people are going to see after they go through all these questions, right? So they answered these questions, these two, and then their contact information either pre-filled or maybe you had them write out their phone number manually, and then the privacy policy. Now what you want to have here is your website, which will have your privacy policy on it. Then you can have a link on it. You can just say our privacy policy. That's pretty much it. Should put a full stop there. And then just have your website here. And you can see it says your privacy policy link can't go to a PDF, JPEG, image, or download. And that's it. This is what people are going to see before they press submit. Hit next. And then the headline can say, thanks, you're all set. You can visit our website or exit the form now. Now, what I like to say here is, so that one said, thanks, you're all set. I like to say, or hit the link below to schedule a day or time for your quote now. Talk soon. And you can see this link below here. It says view website. Now, additional action. It says you can add an additional action to reward or help people connect with you after they've completed your form. What I like to do here is to put the link to the calendar, okay? So I'm giving people the option of, either we're going to get in touch with you soon with the automations. So I'm going to have a text message go out very quick, within like 20 seconds of them submitting the form, or they can click here to go to our calendar right away. So in here, you just put the link to your calendar. All right, whatever it is, you put your actual calendar link in here. And I've got a video on creating an online calendar. If you don't already have one, you can just put it here. And instead of view website, you can just say, and then it'll take them to your calendar. And on the other side, you've also got your automations. They're going to get in touch with them soon. So what happens a lot is sometimes they'll actually go through your calendar. They'll actually click here to book their quote. And while they're doing that, because obviously it takes a bit of time, and the automation is going to go through right away, what happens is that first message is going to be sent while they're actually doing their booking on the calendar. Now, there's nothing wrong with this. It's perfectly fine. It's just something I've noticed. Now, one thing I forgot to mention before is click on settings here, go to sharing and select open. What this means is that your ad can be shared and anyone can submit this form. So anyone who sees your ad can share it to somebody else, and that person can submit the form instead. Even though somebody shared the ad to them, they're not the one that saw the ad. Now, this is good just because it increases the chances of you getting a lead. Like maybe somebody sees the ad and they remember a friend of theirs wanted to get their house painted, and maybe they thought it would be of interest to them. So that's why I say you should have this on. All right, and that's pretty much it, by the way. Now you're done with the form, you can just press create form. But let me walk you through it one last time. So the first page that they see is this. Get your free quote plus free color consultation or whatever your offer is. Enter your contact information below. What are you looking to get done? After that, after they select that, it goes to the next page. How soon are you looking to get started? And you can have more questions in here if you want, but just remember what I said about that. And then the contact information is going to autofill, or again, you can have them manually type their phone number in, and even their name if you want. And then privacy policy, you should put your privacy policy here. You can just put your website, like I said, it'll already be there, or it should be there, and then that's it. And then here, just have this last final message for them. Have your phone ready, we'll be getting in touch soon, just so they, actually do that, and you increase the chance that they're going to reply. And hit the link below to schedule a day and time for your quote now. Talk soon. Book your free quote now, and then it's going to go to your calendar. All right, now you're done. Create form. And it says your form has been added. Once people have submitted your form, you can retrieve your leads. Now, obviously, since these leads are going to come into Facebook, you can see your leads here inside of Facebook, but we're going to be sending all of this to GoHighLevel, to our CRM. So that's where you're going to be following up with this, not really with Facebook, because you're going to send all of them there anyway. You can just hit publish because it depends on when you do this, if you remember what I said. Like you're doing this at like 2 p.m. on any given day, just have the ads run at 12 a.m. So you can hit publish and it's fine. They're not going to start running. And then obviously, this is just one ad that we've made, by the way. So you can just hit publish and then start making more ads. All right, you just come here. You see I'm in the ad level. Now you want to add more ads to this ad set. So just go here, click on create. And now you're adding an ad to this campaign, to this ad set, and then name this ad. So let's say you name it 2, and this one you want it to be a selfie video, for example. And then just keep doing that. Keep uploading your creatives until you've got all your ads. All right, now you're pretty much done with the Facebook Ads Manager part of this. Now we're going to go into the GoHighLevel CRM and connect the Facebook ads so that all the leads come in through there. Now we're going to have some automations that go out. So we're going to have texts and emails, and then trying to send people to the calendar, and then maybe a reminder for you after a certain number of days to give them a call. And also, I'm going to show you the pipeline. I'm just going to talk about it a bit because I've already made a few videos on it, and they should come up now. And they'll also be, if you click on the description, click on show more, they'll be there as well if you want to know how to create a pipeline and have leads come in through there. So now I'm going to go into GoHighLevel. All right, so now I'm inside the GoHighLevel CRM. And if you've seen my videos on the pipelines, like I said, I'll leave that in the description. Then you'll remember this. Now what you want to do here is you want to go to settings, because first we want to connect our Facebook page to our GoHighLevel in the first place. Now click on integrations, okay? So settings and then integrations. And then you're gonna go here where it says connect your location's Facebook account. So you wanna hit connect and then connect to your location's Facebook account. I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so once you've done that, it's a pretty simple process. What you wanna do is, and make sure you've actually selected the right page, you wanna do select the actual ad account. So select the ad account that you made for your location. All right, and now that's it. Now my Facebook ad account, my Facebook page is connected with my GoHighLevel. And from here, I'm gonna go here, Facebook form fields mapping. And you see this form that I made in Facebook, it's here in GoHighLevel, form 1, 20th of December. Okay, now I want to map the fields. And what that means is, you remember those fields that people are gonna fill in on my form? They're gonna fill in what kind of work are you looking to do? What are you looking to get done? And how soon would you like to start? Those two questions, and then the personal contact information, which is name, email, number. Now I'm gonna like map those from Facebook to GoHighLevel so that everything lines up. So just hit map fields, and full name, phone, and email, that already maps perfectly because it's pretty standard. But when it comes to these, you have to actually create these these form fields inside of GoHighLevel. So you see what it says here. Please ensure the CRM multiple option custom field values are similar to Facebook multiple option field values, which were what? Interior painting, exterior painting, cabinet painting, in order to map successfully. So that was our first question. What are you looking to get done? And the second one was what? How soon are you looking to get started? So we want to make sure that it's the same. ASAP, 1 to 2 months, 2 to 3 months, and flexible. Now you want to make sure that you do this right, because then otherwise the information isn't going to be sent properly from Facebook. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create this one. What are you looking to get done? I'm just going to copy it because I want it to be exact. And then what were the options? Interior, exterior, and cabinets. So now I'm going to close. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to custom fields. I'm going to create these fields. So it's also going to be multiple choice. And you select this drop down single. Okay. So what was that? I copied and pasted. What are you looking to get done? So you can select the group here as general info or additional info. It doesn't really matter. You can leave it as general. And then just add the 3 options the same way you did on Facebook and make sure it's the exact same. So first we did interior painting. Again, this is really important, so really take your time with this and make sure you do it right. Alright, and that's it. Then you can add another field. Again, also drop down single, because in the Facebook form it was also multiple choice. And the question was, what are you looking to get done? Now group, like I said, general info is fine. And what were the options? Our first one was ASAP. What I recommend you do when you're doing this actually, just so that you don't leave something out or you don't make a mistake, is to actually have 2 tabs open, both of them GoHighLevel. So one of them where you're looking at the integration, okay, you see right here in the bottom left, integration, and the other one where you're doing this here in the custom field, just so you don't make any mistake. And then save. Alright, now go back to integrations, go back to Facebook form fields mapping, and then actually map the fields. So click on select field, find the one that you made just now, which is the same one as the one in Facebook. What are you looking to get done? So just look for that. And then it should be the exact same, okay? If you did it right, it should be the exact same that you just typed right now. Now, how soon are you looking to get started? There. How soon would you like to get started? See, I made a mistake right here. I should actually go back and fix that, because this is the one that's in Facebook, and this is the one that's in GoHighLevel. So I should actually go back and fix this, just in case. But the most important thing is the options themselves. It's more important than the wording of the question. So when you're actually setting those multiple options, that's more important than the question. But you should go back and fix this if something like this happens to you. And then just press save. So this is what it looks like when you're done. Now you've mapped the form. So now this form is going to come into GoHighLevel, and you can make automations based on it. So you can trigger things to happen. You can say, once the Facebook form called Form 1, 20th December 2024, once that's filled, I want you to do this, this, and this. And that's what we're about to do in the automations. So click go back, go to automation, and you want to create a new automation. Create workflow, start from scratch. And you can name it whatever. All right, now for the trigger, what triggers it? Obviously, it's the Facebook lead form being submitted. Now, what page? Because you can have multiple pages connected to your GoHighLevel. So it should be your actual, your actual business page that you connected to GoHighLevel. And now you add another filter. Which form? So form is this one. Form 1, 20th December 2024 that we made. Okay, I hope this makes sense. So when these 2 conditions are satisfied, when a Facebook lead form is submitted from this page, and it's this form, this specific form, that's going to trigger this workflow. So now that lead form gets submitted. Now what happens? Well, now we can start sending this person follow-ups. I don't like to send follow-ups right away, like immediately. It just feels a bit too robotic. Instead, I like to wait like 0.2 or 0.3 minutes. I think that comes out to about 18 seconds, just because it seems like a bit more human, okay? I don't want people to know that we actually are automating this. So wait 18 seconds. This is just the action name. This is just to let me know what's happening. But this is what actually makes it 18 seconds. Because I don't think there's a way to, yeah, you can't do it with seconds. That's why I use the decimal point. So I wait 18 seconds and then what? Then, since I have their number, right? Because they gave me their phone number, I send an SMS message. So I'd have to say something like, hey, and then I pull their name using these custom values. So contact, because remember, they submitted the form on Facebook and their name came in, all their details came in. So I'd say something like, hey name. So you can send your first message something like this. It's really simple. It just tries to get them to engage, tries to get them to reply. If you don't like where you're located, you can try asking something else. You can ask them, are you in, and then mention the city name. That might even work better because then you're getting them to say yes or no instead of coming up with like, something a bit more open-ended where they have to, tell you what city they're in. They just answer yes or no. So you can play around with that. Might make a difference to your response rates. So that would be a good first message to send. And there's a few things I forgot up here. Before you start sending the follow-ups, you should add this person to your pipeline. Now, I made a whole video about creating a pipeline, and I'm going to leave that linked in the description, and it should come up now. But you can find it in the description as well. You should watch it after this one. We want to add people to our pipeline. So you do create or update opportunity, add them to the pipeline that you created, and then in this stage, the new lead stage, there's no need to write an opportunity name because it's just going to be the lead's name. Opportunity source, there's no need because I'm going to add a tag in a second. So I just do this. That's enough. Then I add a tag, and I went over this in the pipeline video, but a tag is basically just like a little marker that's going to be next to the contact that tells you what's going on. So the two tags I'm going to add are new lead and Facebook ad. Just so that I know, okay, this is a new lead that came from Facebook. When I see that in the pipeline, I'll know exactly what's going on, where this person came from. And another thing I'd probably want to do is I'd want to notify myself. So write send internal notification. And then you can either send an email or notification on the app. Obviously, the CRM comes with an app. I don't think I mentioned that before. Or you can send an SMS to yourself, letting you know that a lead has come in. Depending on how you like to operate, I think notification would be the best thing. You can just write new Facebook ad lead. So this notification is going to come up on your phone. So it's going to ring, and then you'll see this notification. And this is just the message that's going to be in the notification. So you can just write, this is the message that you're going to see. So it's going to say contact name just came in through Facebook, just to let you know what's going on. And then redirect page. So what this means is what's going to happen when you click on the notification on your phone. Do you want it to go to the contact, like to their contact details on your app? Do you want it to go to the conversation or to the opportunity? I recommend you have it go to the conversation. Then to user type, select yourself or select whatever salesperson that you have assigned. In that case, you'd select particular user, and then you just select that user's name, who would have already been onboarded onto the software. So just like that. So now you updated your pipeline, you added the tag, you sent an internal notification to yourself, then you wait about 18 seconds, then you send the first message to the lead, okay? Now I made a whole video on this where I actually have better automations, where I actually write out everything. I'm going to leave that linked and also leave it in the description. I highly recommend you watch it after this one, just so you can write your messages in like a good professional way. I'm not going to put too much thought into these because I'm just showing you the idea. But that video, you can actually see the messages that I send and the emails, by the way. Because this person gave you their number and email, you should be contacting them on both. So the from name will be your painting company's name here, and then your email, then the subject. I went over all of this in the video. Like I said, highly recommend you watch it. I'll have it linked in the description. And here's where you write the actual email. So I highly recommend that you do this, and that you actually have this sequence out for like several days, maybe up to like 10 days or 2 weeks, just in case somebody doesn't respond right away. And one thing you should do is, what if they respond to these messages? Okay, you don't want them to keep getting the messages. So make sure you go to settings here and you have stop on response. Make sure you have that turned on, okay? Ends the workflow for a contact if the contact responds to a message that is sent from this workflow. Now, I went over this also in the pipeline video, which I also recommend that you watch. What happens when they respond is they're going to go from your pipeline to from the new lead stage to the lead replied follow-up manually. So now that you know that this person responded, you're going to take over manually instead of letting the CRM get in touch. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, this isn't going to happen automatically. You're going to have to set this up in the pipeline. Like I said, watch that video, it'll show you what to do. That's pretty much everything I do here. Just have it go out for several days. Just again, watch that video, you'll see all the steps and I explain it pretty well. And then when you're done, make sure that you have it on publish. Okay, make sure this is blue. Hit save. And then that's it. Alright, that's everything I've got for this video. I know it was a bit of a long one. Like I said, I split it up into chapters using the red bar. You can just navigate through that. And don't forget to take a look at the description and the top comment. In there, I've got the link to the offer and templates document and my GoHighLevel free trial. And if you'd rather I just take this off your hands, then you can just go to my website and book a call with me. Like I said, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. But other than that, thanks for your time.